dangerous.
Been better. Last night we did a live feed and like with some people, and we had the mayor of Bangor jump in, and now we're going to be doing a dance off for charity with one of our friends against the
nice. Well, I nominate my dad for that dance off because I
No, hardly.
So this is interesting because Tyler and I are both in the dark here because I don't know, we're going to be educated a little bit. We're here with Mandi and Bob Vogt did I say that right? Vogt?
Yes, you did.
Yes, perfect.
I'm good. Of the Closet Factory, where apparently you make closets. Am I very wrong?
Closets, as you would know from Modern Family.
Like me, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's probably the most quoted show that I get when I go out on appointments. And that's really how people kind of know of custom closets and stuff. So we kind of take every space, our designers measure it. We actually do all of the installation and manufacturing right here in PA. So it's kind of a cool process. But it's basically home organization in every way you can possibly think of.
Where are you guys located?
So the office is in Fleetwood, which is like Kutztown, Reading area.
Of course, I know it well. I know Fleetwood well.
Interesting. Not many people do because it's quite you drive through it. And
that's how I know it. Well, there's a story.
A minute drive.
there's a story involving police one time with me in Fleetwood.
Man.
It was a traffic stop. It wasn't. I'm not going to incriminate myself anymore. I'm done.
You're in Allentown, and would it be something where I'm looking at Tyler's stuff behind him? Would you be like, hey, we could come into your house and help you organize your life?
Yeah, can I organize my life?
Exactly.
That is actually what we do. Now we're a franchise. We've been doing this for 20 years. The franchise really, its focusing is on being the custom storage solution authority. Now that sounds really sort of hokey, but what it does mean is that we try to, as you guys said, get people's lives organized. There's a lot of expertise on how to do that. And we do work in basically all of the storage areas in your home. Now, we don't do kitchens, we don't do baths because of our lifetime warranty, but everything else we do. The strengths, again, are, as Mandi had said, is local manufacturing. So I'm using local people to make everything. In the course of the 20 years that we have been in business, we went from very simple, almost like basic saw systems, up to now we have just about 8,000 square feet of CNC manufacturing. We make everything. Our design salespeople can come to your home to do the work, or right now, because of the pandemic, we are doing virtual visits where they can come to your home virtually, just like you're doing now with Zoom. They can look at our screen as we are trying to turn their projects into actual designs. Then when they're finished with that, it seamlessly goes into our manufacturing process and is produced here with people who basically live in the area. We also use all of our own salespeople. We use all of our own local manufacturing people, and obviously all installation. So we control it from the beginning to the end. So
what are
completely custom.
What are some things you look for if you're, especially right now in a Zoom meeting, where if somebody, you're like, show me your disorganization, show me your life right now, and then you just kind of help them. You figure out a custom plan to make it more orderly.
Yeah, so it's a really, really cool process. So we send out some guides to kind of help everyone get organized before we're in their face asking for all this information. So we kind of walk you through getting some basic measurements, an inventory of what you have, and then we kind of walk you through. The cool part is we do all of our designing in a 3D program, so we can actually build your space in front of you on a Zoom meeting.
Okay.
And then kind of go from there. So
what are some of them, like, do you have any like super interesting stories where like, what's the most elaborate customization you guys have done?
I mean, there's so many things. I mean, for me, I've been designing for, oh gosh, 8 or 9 years now. My parents have been in business for 20 since I was in middle school. But I mean, some for me is like hiding like accesses to gun rooms and just kind of like really cool bar areas with like humidors and wine areas. So it's kind of whatever you can imagine we've kind of come across.
Yeah. Well, no, it's super cool because, you know, like you don't think of like closets as like this sexy design, you know, business, right? But then I'm thinking in my head, like, well, that's probably the most, that's the room that needs the most work, probably for everybody, right? Like I would imagine, because the space is limited, but the stuff is abundant, right?
Yeah, and
Stuff that goes in there.
and most spaces aren't used to their full potential. So it's really going in and being like, hey, you can go out and buy half a new wardrobe, and guess what? It'll fit.
I wish you could see. Can you hear me now, Tyler?
Yeah, we got you.
I wish you could, like, I have a room off to the side here, Tyler.
Oh my God, you would love George's attic. It would be, you could spend.
Always up for a good challenge.
Like I love putting stuff together, but to have, like you're saying, to have someone who is a professional come in and say, I will make this space work, because I'm just like taking some IKEA furniture and trying to corner.
Can I ask you a question though? When you go into and do your consultation and you tell, so maybe it's a husband and a wife, and you look at their closet and you say, hey, you guys can fit 50% more of a wardrobe in here. What does the husband say to you?
Oh, so I always say, you got to play sides, right? So
yeah.
You tell the person buying the clothes, and not always the wife.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm sorry.
So the person buying the clothes, I always say, go get whatever you want, fill up the space. It's going to look beautiful. And then you turn to the other person and be like, hey, it's not my fault that I made the organization so much better that you can fit more things.
I've been here for 20 years. We haven't really touched much about how the economy is right now. Obviously, I don't think that you guys are traveling into many homes at the moment. Bob, I don't know if you could touch on how much this has kind of impacted what you do, and what things have you guys done to take measures right now?
Well, one of the big things, obviously, is under the current guidelines in Pennsylvania, we are not allowed to go into people's homes and do the installation. We're hoping that, based upon information we're hearing, that could start up again in the 8th of May. Now, we are actually sitting on about, it's gaining every day. I think we've got about 5 weeks of installations just sitting here ready to go, because we have that much work right now, but we can't go out and install it. So that's changed us quite a bit. We were very fortunate in just before the pandemic and the shutdown happened, we had just done a complete upgrade, basically doing all of the refurbishing and getting all of our CNC equipment, everything else ready to go. It was in pristine condition right when we did shut down. So we're ready to hit the ground running as soon as we get to go ahead and do that. One of the focuses that we're working on very hard with our people is how do we do that safely for both our customers and for our installers. So we're working up systems, and I've actually been getting input from everybody. How do we do this? Obviously some of the things initially are going to be the wearing the masks, the gloves, the sanitizers, that kind of stuff, and also how to better communicate with our customers. Hey, we're coming. Is everybody in your home well? If not, we're going to have to postpone the installation. And because of that and the situations, there's not going to be any penalty for that, but it just means that we're going to have to be a little more flexible, and our customers may have to as well, because it is important. We're important that, we don't want anybody, we treat our people here like family. We don't want anybody here getting sick, we don't getting hurt, and we want to include all of our customers as part of that long range family as well. We do a lot of repeat business. That's we are not the cheapest people on the block.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You're the
We're the best, but we're not the cheapest.
Right.
But that, it seems like after the first couple jobs go in, it's the sticker shock goes away and the recognition of what we can do for people and its value continues. I've done, 5 projects for the same people. Currently, I work with some of the interior design firms in various parts of our territory. It just becomes now we are just the go-to people when it's to do closets. My own personal range, I've done a closet for $325, and I did a closet for $83,000. Yeah, not mine.
$83,000 closet. What did the rest of the house cost?
A lot.
That's a big closet. I don't even know. But that's great that if anybody's, whoever's listening, that there is that range, right? It doesn't just because it's, anybody can benefit from this, right? And I think a lot of people right now are going through their stuff and maybe taking inventory of what's important to them. And when we're on the other side of this, maybe it's time to make, to put that in a nice closet,
And I think it also goes into, sorry, Dad.
Okay.
I think it also goes a lot into like health and wellness as well. Like we're all kind of in this together where we're all in our homes and kind of taking a look at how our daily lives function. And obviously that's going to be a lot different in the next coming weeks and months and years. So it's kind of taking stock of what you have and making your life better by being organized and having your space organized. So it comes down to like health and wellness too.
I think there's a lot of that going on. People taking inventory physically, emotionally, all that kind of stuff. And it kind of goes hand in hand because your stuff is your stuff, right? You, not only does it serve a purpose in your house, but you get attached to something. It's your things. So you do, take inventory on what should stay, what doesn't need to, what's getting in the way. And it does circle back, to health and wellness for sure.
One of the things I always tell people is, although we do create cabinetry, what we really sell is something way different. And I always categorize it into 3 things. Today, as back, we saw a huge resurgence back in when 9/11 happened. People's stress. People, right now, one of the things people look at trying to do is reduce their stress as much as possible. When people can't find things, it raises their stress level significantly. Now you have people who are staying at home who aren't used to being home and are now have all this cluttered stuff up there. Their stress level goes way up. So one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to solve some of that stress issue. The other thing I always tell people too is one of the first things that usually happen is when somebody contacts us, they say, well, I'd like to have you come over on Tuesday, but I have to clean out my closet first. And we say, well, don't do that because it really helps us. But what they're saying is their self-esteem is down. They look at this stuff and they say, oh my gosh, how can I live like this? I'm not going to show this to anybody.
Right. Yeah, they get insecure about those, maybe things that they don't need.
So it's the self-esteem issue. Now, probably the best one though is, okay, I'm a guy. So I tend to think a lot of things like tools. Right now, because I'm stuck at home a lot, I'm looking for tools. So I need to find a given tool, but I can't find it. How does that make you feel? I can't find it. I keep searching. If it was other times, I would probably go out and buy it and come back. And then when I went to put it away, it would be right where the real one was. What we really are selling people is time. You don't have time to search. There was one time a study done that says between 3 and 4 weeks a year of a person's time are taken up looking for things they can't find.
I'm sure you strike a chord with me because I've convinced myself there's a conspiracy where everything I'm looking for, the gods of things has hit it on me. Whenever, no matter what it is, I can find everything. I'll find things I was looking for yesterday, but I can't find the thing I'm looking for today. Yeah. So this really strikes a chord with me personally, for sure.
And that's really what we are selling. Yes, it's cabinetry, and yes, it looks nice or it can be simple. Sometimes that's why our simplest projects, we look at the real fancy big ones. Okay, great. But some of our simplest projects give the most benefit and value to our clients because it gets them organized at the basic level.
Yeah. Well, that time thing really resonates because right now we have a lot of it, but one day that'll stop, right? And we'll need to go back to being more efficient with our time. And if you could find your stuff, and not only at home, but probably at work too, you go into an office or a business and declutter them as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't look behind me right now. I've got all my
I was
stuff
gonna
stuck up
say
on the.
that's like the worst representation.
No. It's if I would turn this camera, you would probably mask up and come right over here right now. So, but
Well, hey,
where can yeah, where can people find out? What's your you have a website or a phone number people can get in touch with you, and what's the
Yeah.
process now?
Sure. So they can go on to closetfactory.com, where we have a ton of project ideas. They can request a free consultation. They can also reach out to our office. The phone number is 610-944-1333. And we're monitoring that. We're more than happy to set up some virtual appointments. But right now it's kind of setting things up, doing some Zoom appointments, and getting ready for when we can come back into the house and finalize the projects.
Awesome. Well, Bob and Mandi, thank you. And all that info will be in the post. And George, his mic is being weird, or else he would say.
We saw him struggling for a while now.
Yeah, right. But he'll figure it out. But thank you guys for coming on. We hope to see you guys soon, and good luck for the rest of the quarantine and going forward.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the time. We really appreciate it.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, we're in Fleetwood, so if for some reason you're coming to the area, we'd be happy to give you a tour of how we make stuff.
We'll do that. We'd love to do that. If George could talk right now, he can't. He's gonna film it. There he goes.
Awesome.
I think this is George. This is a more effective way of you speaking, and I think we found something here. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much.
You're
Thanks so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.